Hi, welcome to my channel, Rich Man Poor Motors. For new viewers, this is a motors-based channel where we do all aspects of things like cars, test drives, how to repair them, and those sorts of things. So if you like that sort of thing, I would suggest that you actually subscribe to this channel. Now, it's Saturday, so that means three things. One, my football team's going to disappoint. Two, I've got a problem with the Astra. So therefore, three, I'm in my scruffs. So if you want to see me go through the process of fixing this car, then please stick around. Now, always the first place to start when you've got a car, it sort of makes life a lot easier, is to read and analyse any fault codes. So if you use a computer or a scanner, best to look at the fault codes. So that's what I've done here first. So those faults would indicate a problem with, so that fault would indicate the control valve, but not just as simple as that. You have air coming from your vacuum pump to your control valve, and from your control valve it will actually go to this, which it regulates your VNT on your turbo. So as you can see here, you end up having a line from your vacuum pump to your turbo. Now, so the first place to start is if you look here. Now there's two versions of the Vauxhall Astra CDTIs. There's this, which is the later version. The older version, you have pipework that goes from your vacuum pump to the back of the engine, and that goes into a vacuum reservoir, and it comes from the vacuum reservoir back, and it sort of follows the same path. Or you've got the later version, which I have here. You've got the vacuum pump itself. It doesn't go to a regulator, it goes straight from there all the way to the valve that I just showed earlier. Now, hopefully I've actually found the fault straight away before I've looked. So if I bring the camera in, I'll show you. So again, you've got the air coming from the vacuum pump here, along the hose down to that valve, which then goes to your turbo to control the VNT. Now, looking at this hose, it doesn't look particularly good. Possibly there's a crack in there. Don't know if that would be a full thing. So I think the best way for me to do is replace this hose. Maybe replace the hose all the way to the actual control unit. On things like Volkswagens, it's all and Mercedes, it's all rubber to those anyway. So you don't necessarily need to have it in a metal tube. I think these metal tubes cost something like about £80, £100 if you actually just needed to replace this tube. And again, it's not necessary if you just use a vacuum pipe. So I'm going to take off this so I can see down to the valve. Might have to jack the car up and have a look underneath. So as I followed this vacuum line here, it came to my attention that the boost control valve wasn't in its location where it should be. So if you can see here, it's rusted away from the brackets, so it's still got the screws on, so it's rusted away from the brackets and it broke away. The plug here was disconnected, and this unit was bashing around against the accessory pulley or the air conditioning pulley. So I'm going to still replace this, but the fault was actually that this was probably disconnected. So I'm going to replace it with the new one I've got here, just because with it bashing around the age of the car, etc. I feel like I might as well replace it, so I don't want any faults from that anyway. But just remember, I'm going to show you where it should be roughly, but just remember this one that I'm now fitting back in, I'm going to have to bodge it slightly by using cable ties rather than undoing these bolts and screwing it back into where it was. So it looks like that was the fault. So let's just crack on and get to it. Now I've got here on the control valve itself, so I'll just show you. You've got a large and a smaller hose that goes in. So the smaller one is the one that comes from the vacuum pump, and the larger one is actually the one that goes to your turbo. Right, so I've done that, but I'm also going to change this bit of pipe because it looks a bit manky. So a bit of silicone spray does wonders. So just follow the same size of the tube. So a bit of silicone tube I'm going to use to just push that on. So I actually recorded this video back about 6 months ago, and it's all been working fine without fault since. So that's the job all done. If you want to see another video on me actually swapping the turbo on this car, then please click on this link and I'll catch you in another video. Cheers, thanks for watching.